Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do our repackaging. It's that time once again. I've got some new containers that our friends save for us. Our friends still save containers for us. They love it. They feel good when they give us a container, and I think what it is most people truly don't want to throw a nice glass jar in the trash, okay? I think it just feels wrong in some way, but they don't feel like they have a use for it. So they're happy to give them to us. Do not be afraid to ask your friends, neighbors, coworkers to save containers for you. I know I sound like a broken record. I've been telling you this for years, but I'm showing you too because this is the way we've been able to repackage our food at very little to no cost. We have Mylar, we have buckets, we have all those things, but even those things have become, in my opinion, very unaffordable if you're trying to make a stockpile. All right, everybody, let's get into this repackaging and see what we're going to do today. All right, I've got lots of repackaging going on, so we're going to start right here in this area with these. This is whole bean coffee, okay? I emptied this one this week that I packed in 5 of 22, May of 22. It was coffee beans, and coffee beans are going to go right back into it. Half of this 1-pound container will fit in here, and I like to put this away as like a treat for later, and we'll go ahead and finish the ones that are left in the bag now. And I want to tell you, I packed this 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, no oxygen absorber, nothing like that. I had it out in the she shed in one of my cabinets, and the coffee was absolutely perfectly fine. Now, this container I love. I've already went ahead and filled it with my red and yellow dehydrated bell pepper flakes that I did this year. And look, they fit in there absolutely perfectly. Glass is always the best, I mean the best option for any food repackaging, especially on your dehydrated foods. It just keeps them fresh. I have dehydrated spices, all kinds of potatoes, things that I did over 5 years ago that are still good. You just need to protect them. A friend of ours gave us another pickle container. These are my favorite to get, and honestly, we get these the most. This big container, this was a 32-ounce pickle container. It will hold 2 pounds of any grain, bean, anything, okay? I've already washed it. The smell is gone, so I'm probably going to put either rice or these split peas into this jar, and then I have to contend with this. This is just some good penny pasta that I have, but I tore the bag this morning. Look at, I full on tore it big. So I think what I'm going to do is transfer that into this artichoke hearts jar. Glass jar, perfect. This was a 33-ounce jar, and it will hold 1 pound of pasta. Absolutely no problem. And this jar was given to us by a friend as well. I have a little Fletchman's yeast jar, great for dehydrates. The light can't get inside. These are my favorite to hold on to, and I have a friend who saves those for me as well. We have dog food container. Just got this week. Dogs loved it, cleaned it, washed it, and I know exactly what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to use it for Mod Podge. We do a lot of crafting. I mean, a lot of crafting. These containers are perfect for paints, but really great for glue, so you don't waste any, and you can put a lid on it. I also use these for leftovers. It's a perfect size container when you have a small amount of leftovers that you don't want to waste, okay? Now, this is a metal coffee container. These are the best ones for storing your grains, sugar, all types of any, let's say, rice, beans, pasta, sugar, flour. I have put all these things in coffee containers, and they have done well. What I do is make sure I get it cleaned out and dried well. I line it with a 1-gallon Ziploc baggie, and then I put whatever I'm wanting to store inside the baggie and zip it closed and put the lid in. That's how I store things in these large 30, I think this is, oh no, this one's smaller. This is a 26-ounce container, but believe me, I have plenty I can store in that. This little French vanilla deal here, this is like cardboard. I don't store food in these because they just can get compromised. Mice, rats, they can eat through this material. Just not smart for storing food in. This will go out in the shop for nuts and bolts and things of that nature. This old-fashioned oatmeal. Now, on any of these containers, if you have ideas for me, guys, or hints for everyone who's watching, please put it in the comments. We are trying to help each other out, coming up with cheap solutions to protect this food so we can spend more money on the food going inside than the packaging, okay? But this oatmeal container, I don't have food in it. I have, let me see if I can get this down here so I can show you. It's full of yarn balls, cotton yarn to be exact. I like keeping my yarn in here, and you can even cut a small hole in the top of these and it'll dispense for you while you're crocheting or knitting. So if you have any other ideas of what we could use any oatmeal container like this for, please leave it in the comments. We could all use that information for sure. Back here we have another metal, this was from a friend, decaf coffee container. I will put some kind of grain inside of that as well. One more hint, and I know I've showed it a million times, but guys, there's always someone watching who hasn't seen these videos before. So even though you've been seeing some of these hints for years, we have someone new watching, so they need to know about our Parmesan cheese lids. I use these things on everything. They fit regular mouth mason jars. This happens to be powdered sugar. That's my powdered sugar dispenser, but I have it with cinnamon sugar. I have it with cornstarch, baking soda. I mean, the list goes on. Crushed red peppers. I use these lids for a lot of different purposes, and they're fabulous. So do not throw out your lids from your Parmesan, and do not throw out lids from peanut butter containers either, because most of those will fit a mason jar. There you have it. Always trying to find ideas, always asking friends and neighbors if they could save jars for us, because believe me, guys, people really don't want to throw a nice glass jar away. They just don't feel like they have a use for it. So they're happy to give these things to you if you ask them to save them. You would be really, really surprised at how many of these you'll end up with. Keep getting creative. Leave us comments. We want to know how you're packaging your foods to keep critters and sunlight and all those things away from them. Keep stacking it to the rafters. Slow and steady wins the race on this one, guys. One can at a time. Fill one container at a time, tuck it away, and you'll be good to go. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share, and we're going to be talking to you really soon. Yeah, bless and keep every single one of you.